all know our mayor is our own very own mayor. Jonathan Rothschild is here. But do you really know him?
Right. I think he's very important, is what you were supposed to read in the
you know,
prompter.
it
That's
looked
all
a
right.
little funny.
Since we've got the mayor here on the Morning Blend couch, we thought we'd take this opportunity to get to know him better and find out what's happening all around Tucson. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thanks for making the time.
Yeah.
And we actually, we got to talk to you a little bit in the hallway, and you know, when you hear mayor, you're kind of intimidated, but you're just a really cool guy.
Well, thank you. One thing about being mayor is your constituents are with you all day long. You best be amongst them and talk to them all the time.
Right. And you're from Tucson. You were
I
born
am.
in Tucson.
I'm a native. When I was born, there were 50,000 people in this valley.
Wow.
So I've watched a lot of change over my lifetime.
And why do you think Tucson is so amazing? I mean, you hear things like it's the third most friendliest city, it's gorgeous here, people want to come vacation here. What do you think makes it so great?
Well, I think that's a lot of it. I think our natural environment makes it beautiful. Our weather makes it beautiful. The people do make it a wonderful place to be. This has always been a friendly place, a welcoming place. It's also a place where we very much recognize and appreciate diversity. So if you're a Native American, if you're Hispanic, if you're African American, if you're from anywhere in the world, we welcome you here. And that's always been a very American trait, but it's so much a Tucson trait.
Absolutely. And Tucson, most of your family's still here, right? A lot of them.
Yeah, my family, my two sons are living here and working here, which I'm very appreciative of. My daughter, who just graduated from college, is taking a year in Washington, D.C., so I hope I can get her back soon.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, and I'm very lucky. My parents are both living and healthy,
wow, that's
and
excellent.
So it's nice to have your family around.
Well, it's the beautiful Tucson weather, right? It just keeps you feeling
It
really
does
good.
keep you
The
coming
heat,
back.
It never gets too cold.
Let's hope
love
so.
it.
But over the weekend, there was a very special event in your family.
There was. My oldest son was married. He was married at a warehouse downtown. He had La Cave's donuts for his wedding cake. He had Sergio Mendoza for his band. We had a very Tucson wedding.
Yes, I love that you had said that. I was hoping you were going to say that again. I love that you said it was a very Tucson wedding.
Yeah.
So is he going to like the call out maybe on air?
Probably not. Probably not. But, you know, he made it official. He was with this young lady who I very much love for 8.5 years. It was kind of its about time wedding.
You kind of pushed him into it.
It is.
You know, but we can't have you on without talking about some of the awesome things that are happening in Tucson lately.
Well, I mean, there's any number of things we can talk about. And people, you know, you always hear the bad things, and those are interesting.
Right.
But there's so much good that people can talk about. The revitalization of downtown is something. Our new relations with Mexico and some of the things we're doing there. But two of the things I wanted to highlight today for you was our 10,000 Trees program, where we have planted 10,000 trees in about 8 months' time, and we're doing it again.
Might as well.
Yeah, working with Trees for Tucson, Tucson Clean and Beautiful, and it's really easy. Anybody can call either of those organizations and get trees for $8, saplings.
Wow.
And they'll help you come out, show you how to irrigate using a natural rainwater, and so and we use native trees. And we learned from our real estate friends that you have two mature trees in front of your house, it increases the value of your house by 6%. And so, not to mention the shade, the recreation, and just the beauty of
Well,
it.
and it's an investment in the future. I mean, those things are going to grow to be beautiful. Tucson's going to be more beautiful because of it.
It is, and it's an investment in our community. The more we can have that kind of vegetation in our community, the more attractive it is. Another thing on a more serious note, but I think just as a good, is we were chosen as one of 25 cities to end veterans homelessness in our community by December of 2015. And we brought together a coalition. You know, in this community we have a great Air Force base. We have wonderful veterans organizations, and they came together with some of our nonprofits, some of our social service agencies, and we have housed in
Nearly 1,000, right?
well, not quite that many yet, but in just over 10 months, close to 800.
Wow.
And our goal is around 1,600, and if we can do that, and part of in doing this is you're building an infrastructure to help anyone who lands in that situation. And we have women and children who are on the streets, a lot of men. And so building that infrastructure helps those folks, but it helps our community.
Well, and I think one of the things that makes Tucson so important in this country is leaders like you and the acceptance of people.
Yeah.
Just people in general here in Tucson. I mean, it's just such a diverse cultural place.
Yeah, well, we try to do our best, and there's still so much more that we have to do. There really is. You know, we need to continue to work to build our economy and bring businesses here, but also keep our small businesses here. I know
Right.
you're going to have Kathy's Sewing on in a minute. And,
Yep.
you know, a family business that's been here for years, and it's not easy, but when folks, families say, we're going to stay here, we're going to do everything, we're going to create our own networks within the community, that's what makes communities strong.
And it's so special to have you on here today because we want to tell everyone to get out there and vote.
It is election day, and you know, I almost look at the camera for this.
Right, the one with the light on.
Yeah, wherever you are, but I won't. You have to vote, and I don't care what your feelings are about who's ever running. What makes this country great, or what has made this country great, is people participating in their democracy. And so if you haven't voted yet, you know, we have early voting now, we have vote by mail, but if you haven't voted yet, get out, find out where those polling places are, because really, if you don't vote, you can continue to complain,
Right.
but you really have less reason to.
And you have a voice, and you just have to exercise it.
You have a voice, and you have to exercise, and it's what is different still about our country than some places.
Absolutely.
And you absolutely have to do it. You know, people are out every day working hard, either defending our country or trying to make our country better. And as all of us as citizens, that's our obligation back, is to
Absolutely.
vote.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, we appreciate
Thanks
it.
for your time.
Well, anytime. I hope you can invite me back.
Please do. You're always welcome back. Anytime.
Is the couch comfy enough?
The couch is great.
Well, thank you again, Mayor, for the visit. Come back anytime.
All right.